Every hiring site is broken. Employers post jobs, there's thousands of spam resumes, and most job seekers, they get ghosted. So today I'm building a hiring website with no job posts, no resumes, and no BS. Okay, let's go. In Replit.com, the first thing we have to do is give it a prompt for the website, the app that we want to create. So let's see. I want a website for job seeking. It should have two types of users, job seekers and employers. That's first. Then we want it needs to have a subscription based used. Both job seekers and employers have to pay.
That would be so fun. Let's do it. Thank you.
The features should include job posting, profile creation, automatically match job seekers with job posts, and a chat. The main purpose for this platform is to have employers reach out via chat to
Excuse me, what are those?
potential job seekers
Miso butter
they
Alright.
like. The employers can look for job seekers, but the job seekers can't search jobs.
Me? Yeah. Thank you so much.
Here's how it will work. Employers write one short paragraph about themselves, why they need a job, and obviously tick all the skills that they're good at. Employers, they search people. And when they find someone interesting, they start a chat. Very simple, just start a chat. That's it. No endless applications, no fake resumes, and no time wasted, on both sides. Of course, there are going to be some rules to make sure everything is working properly and flawlessly, obviously. I say obviously a lot. You see, most platforms, if not all of them, they get very expensive when it comes to finding new hires. And of course, it costs you nothing when you're looking for a job, which makes sense, but that's a problem of itself, in my opinion at least. So we have to solve that. If you wanted to post a job on Indeed, for example, or ZipRecruiter, or whatever that is, you will end up posting a job for every role that you need, which makes sense so far. But then you will be charged according to how many resumes you get. It just gets very expensive with time because it doesn't take 1 or 2 days or a week to find somebody that will actually work for you, And all these resumes that you get for applications, for applicants that supposed to be good for your role, end up being shit. Excuse my language, because people just submit applications to lots of jobs, no matter how skilled they are. And because of that, both job seekers and employers get ghosted by each other because they just don't fit, even if the Indeed or whatever claims that they have a perfect match, you know. I've been there. I've been both looking for a job and looking to hire, and they both sucked. Both experiences were pretty much crap. When I was trying to look for a job, I got ghosted by lots of employers no matter what. I didn't get any response. If they like the resume, if they hate the resume, you know, anything would be great. Maybe after a week you get a response that, oh, sorry, we found somebody. Well, that's great. Thank you so much. I need a response like today, maybe tomorrow. And that's a big waste of time for me, you know, as somebody that looks for a job. Also, the resumes, they're just a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me. Because the resume doesn't really mean anything. Because all you really need is to come to an interview, and if it clicks, you'll probably get hired. Even if your experience is not enough on paper. Maybe you're a genius and just nobody discovered it yet, you know? All you need is an opportunity to find a good job, and that's it. And as somebody who's looking to hire, I found it very difficult. By the way, I failed miserably finding a job. Let's end it there. But as someone that is looking to hire, I found it very difficult and annoying process because you have to go through all these websites. There's a ton of hiring websites, job search websites, whatever you want to call it, and you have to put your information in all of them. Great. And then you have to put the job, the role that you want to fill in all of them, obviously, and then you start paying money. You get resumes, and those resumes are, you know, some of them are okay, some of them make zero sense why they even applied to your role. But anyway, you get charged for that. I want to say that 80% of the time, nothing happens after an applicant submit an application because, well, they don't fit. And when you actually find someone that somehow interests you and you send them a message, well, guess what? There's no response. So that's another dead end. And you know, in the meantime, you just keep wasting your time and money and find absolutely nobody to help you. And that sucks. So in the website that I'm building, as I mentioned, there's going to be no job posting, no resumes, which makes zero sense, right? But let me tell you what I'm thinking. Oh, and before I continue, you probably can hear in my voice, which is very low right now, that this is really out of my comfort zone. Speaking here in a public space with people next to me. Spooky. Anyway, let's move on.
Cool, well, thank you so much.
Everyone, please hit. The first feature, it's not actually a feature, but it's just an improvement in my opinion for the pricing. So this new hiring platform is going to be very affordable. It's going to cost, I was fighting myself about how much to charge and how many plans to make. At the beginning, I had like 3 plans to choose from, and they were somewhat expensive, you know, between the $20 to $100 tiers. But then after a while, I decided that it has to be super affordable because, you know, I want people to keep posting jobs there, even though you don't post jobs. We'll go back to that. To keep posting jobs and come back all the time, you know. So I decided to go with $2 per day. Yeah, $2 per day if you're an employer. It's pretty good, no? Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm scared of spiders, so I don't usually sit on these outdoor benches. I'm trying to ignore it right now. Another out of the comfort zone moment. Okay, so affordability, check. Now, one thing that is important when applying to jobs, when trying to find people to work for you, is the fact that everybody ghosting each other. You know, you search and you somehow stumble upon people that are interesting to you according to their resume and whatever, and you send them a message or a request or an email or whatever that is. I haven't been searching for employees for a while now, but you reach out to those employees and then crickets. You hear nothing from them because, well, first of all, maybe they already found a job, but their resume and profile is still there, which still matches what you're looking for. Second of all, maybe they just don't want to answer you. You know, maybe they don't want to reply to your message because they don't think that you fit what they are looking for, even though you match, which is weird. But anyway, so they ghost you because of whatever reason that is, and also, you know, they don't have to answer you because whatever. I'll answer whoever the fuck I want, you know. Makes sense, I guess. So that's one. You get ghosted by the job seekers. But also the job seekers, they get ghosted by employers that looking to hire, which makes zero sense to me, because if you're looking for somebody to work for you, the bare minimum you could do is reply with, "No thanks, you don't fit what we're looking for." Okay, somehow it makes sense even though we match, but okay. So the job seeker just, you know, is just on hold. He applied, she applied to the role that you're looking for, and there's no response, nothing, which sucks because you as a job seeker think that you have a chance to getting that specific job that pays whatever it pays, and you maybe you love doing that, you know, but dreams crashed and nobody answers. The bare minimum is to say no thank you, and they do that, the employers do that. I probably am guilty of that myself, of, you know, ghosting job seekers, because I didn't have to answer, right? There's nothing restricts me from answering. I don't care. I don't like it applied, but I don't like it next. So it sucks for both sides. If as a job seeker I know that you don't like my application and there's no chance in the world that I'm going to work for you, then just, you know, reply within 5 minutes, 2 hours, 10 hours. Just reply as soon as possible. So I keep on sending resumes for other jobs. So to prevent ghosting from both sides, I think it's important to have restrictions, which are time restrictions, which is the second feature. This is the actually first feature, but time restrictions. So if you're a job seeker and you get a message, a chat request, you have to reply. Ooh, airplanes. Let's wait for that airplane. There's lots of airplanes here probably because there's a freaking airport over there. I found a great spot, huh? Anyway, so you as the job seeker must reply within 12 hours. Okay? In my opinion, it's a very long period of time still, but give you some time. Maybe you're too busy, maybe you're out of internet, maybe you're out of money. makes zero sense, but whatever that is, you have 12 hours to respond. If you don't respond within 12 hours, you either get kicked out of the platform and you don't get your money back, which we'll get back to that in a second, but you get kicked out of the platform immediately. Or try and be softer and give you a warning, but we'll see about that. That's something I have to decide, I guess. And as the employer, you also have time restriction, but your time restriction might be 24 hours because you actually have work to do. I hope this wind doesn't ruin the sound. But anyway, you as an employer, maybe you're very busy. Okay, so 24 hours, I believe, is a long enough period of time for you to respond to somebody who's applied to your job post. If you don't reply within 24 hours, guess what's going to happen to you as an employer? You'll get kicked out of the platform and you will not get a refund. That $2 a day, there's no refund for that. So you broke the rules. That's the second feature, which I believe will help a lot, because both sides need to know that they are committed to find each other. Very simple. Now, the main feature probably is simple chat. Okay, the way employer is going to find somebody to work for him is via the chat. Let me walk you through how it's going to work. You post a job. Now let me be clear about posting a job, because I said no job posting and no resumes. So when I say you post a job as an employer, you still post a job, but that job post is just for the back end. So we can run the algorithm and find you the perfect match. Okay? So job seekers don't actually see the job posts before you match. Okay, so you post a job. Obviously you post everything, you write everything about your company, create a profile, and then you post a job for the role that you want to fill, and then you search for people. You can either search for them in the dedicated dashboard or just wait for them to pop on your system as they match. Okay, so let's say you found someone interesting and you want them to potentially work for you. What you do is you start a chat. You send a chat request to the job seeker, and they choose if they want to respond to that or not. And they have 12 hours to do that. Okay? So in order to start chatting, they have to accept your request. You send the chat, and then they see the job post. That's the first and only time that they see your job post. So you send the request, they see the job post, and then they decide if it's good for them or not, and if they want to chat with you. At that moment, they have to take action. Okay? They have 12 hours for that, but they have to take action. And if they decide to decline, they just press decline, and you know they declined it, and you move on. You know that this person is not interested, which sucks for you because you like them. But anyway, yeah, and if they like what they see, if they like the job post, they will accept your request and start chatting. And then you obviously chat to whatever, say whatever you want, we don't care. And you schedule an interview. That interview is not going to be on camera. I mean, it's up to you to do whatever you want, I guess, after. But in the platform, there's not going to be a voice interview, a phone call interview, a video interview. No, you have to meet in person. I believe that that's the best option for both of you, to meet in person and decide if it works out. Okay, so simple chat. And in regards to job seekers sending messages, for now, I'll keep it at not possible, meaning only the employer can send out requests. The job seeker is very passive, okay? They set up their account and they can forget about it and get notifications whenever they have chat requests. That's my opinion, and that's what I will do in the beginning. Okay, so that's that. There are 2 more features, and let me tell you about them. Okay, so the next feature is nothing special, to be honest, you know, because probably every hiring site has that. It's simply the AI matching algorithm. So the way it works is both employers and job seekers have the same fields that they have to fill, which are skills, salary, location, you know, where they want to work, if they want to work remotely or whatever that is. And according to those fields, the algorithm matches between the two. Very simple. It gives you a score between 0, probably not, but between 0 to 100%, which I am sure 99% of people will not find 0 or 100. Curious to see that, but anyway, it's going to score the matches, and yeah, straightforward. That's the feature. That's how you're going to find your next hire or find your next job. For the last feature, which is not so much of a feature, but another way to prevent ghosting, which is very important, it's going to be this. AI, we got that. So, as I said, the last feature is not really a feature, more of a discomfort for job seekers. Every job seeker has to pay $12, one-time payment of $12. That payment is 100% refundable at any time they want. If they signed up today and they want a refund tomorrow, no problem. If they signed up today and want a refund in 2 years, no problem. The $12 is practically a dollar per month, paid one time forever, and it's just to prevent scams and spams and to make sure that, you know, all these job seekers are serious about finding a job. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we know everything about the new hiring website that I built and how it solves the problem of having expensive services that bear no fruits. So yeah, I hope it actually helps people, and we'll find that eventually. Until then, you know, just go to the website. It's called finalyhire.com. I can't believe I found that name. And yeah, just join the lunch. See you next time.